referee for this championship match, Sammy Luxspring. This is the main event of the evening. 15 rounds for the heavyweight championship of the world. In the red corner, from Toronto, wearing the black trunks with the white stripes, weighing 209 pounds, the challenger, the Canadian heavyweight champion, Chuvalo. And in the white corner, from Chicago, Illinois, wearing the white trunks with the blue stripes, weighing 206 pounds, the heavyweight champion of the world, Ernie. This is about 15 rounds. Referee Sammy Luxspring and his instructions.
Both of you fighters are experienced fighters and you know the rules. The rules are set down by the World Boxing Association. One rule I want you to remember, there's an automatic 8 count. One of you should go down, I will start counting automatically to 8. When you arise, the other fellow must go to the farthest neutral corner at the knockdown. Keep this in mind, do what you're told. This is your chance for both of you. Now remember, break when I say break and step back cleanly. Shake hands and come out fighting.
Of course, the biggest hand in Toronto here was for Chuvalo, and Terrell's appearance was greeted with a mingled reception. There's the Canadian heavyweight champion and the challenger in this bout, George Chuvalo, wearing the black trunks. There's the bell for round 1. Terrell wearing the white trunks. The scoring here in Toronto, Canada, the 5-point must system. 5 points to the winner of a round, 4 or less to the loser, and an even round, they each will get 5 points. There is no 3 knockdown rule here in Canada. The mandatory 8 count, of course, is in effect, as the referee told you. The count does not continue at the bell. The ring is 20 by 20, and they're wearing 8-ounce gloves. Chuvalo figures to be the aggressor. Terrell is the boxer. Terrell has that great left jab, and he's scoring with it. Chuvalo figures to go to the body. Terrell at 6'6" is one of the tallest of the heavyweights. Those jabs aren't quite getting in there now by Terrell. Some of them are. Were hard left hooks by Chuvalo, who has also developed his left jab. Seconds remaining in round 1. they heard it. Jimmy, in that round, Terrell did the better boxing as figured, and Chuvalo landed the harder punches, right?
That's very true, Don. Terrell had the left jab out there. It was very stiff, but Chuvalo was able to block a lot of them, and whenever he got a chance to get in, he landed pretty well.
As an athlete, wouldn't you figure those body punches are pretty tough to take?
They're pretty tough. You can see Terrell trying to get away from them. I think he realizes that he has to stay away from those hard body punches. Just like the expert said, the left jab against the body punches.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I was surprised to see that Chuvalo himself has come up with a fair left jab. He never really showed it before, Jim.
That's right. He stuck it in there real well one time. Notice.
Here's round 2 in the white trunks. Ernie Terrell, the WBA champion. In the black trunks, George Chuvalo of Toronto. Terrell apparently has been told to stay off the ropes where Chuvalo would be at his deadliest. The referee, Sammy Lufspring, former Canadian welterweight champion. Less than 2 minutes remaining in round 2. It's scheduled for 15. It's been a good one so far. One of the possibilities is that those jabs by Terrell could open a cut over the eye or eyes of Chuvalo, and that could be tough. There's a trickle of blood coming from the nose of George Chuvalo. 1 minute remaining in round 2. Terrell having a good round. I tell you that those jabs that Terrell has been scoring with are solid. They hurt. Round 2 almost over. There's the bell ending round 2. We go to the corner of Ernie Terrell, the heavyweight champion who was born in Inverness, Mississippi, April 4th, 1939. He now lives in Chicago. Ernie is 26 years old, 6 feet 6, and tonight weighs 206 pounds. He's had 41 fights. He's won 37 of them, lost 4. 19 were victorious by knockout by him, of course, and he was stopped once by a TKO by Cleveland Williams, whom he later defeated. In the corner with him on the left-hand side is manager Bernie Glickman. In the front of him, Milt Bailey is cut man. On the right-hand side, his advisor. On the other side of the ring, we have George Chuvalo. We'll give you his corner a little bit later on and the personnel in it. There's George. Round 3, scheduled for 15 rounds. The Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. The referee, Sammy Lufspring. Chuvalo keeping his hands up a little higher to parry those jabs if he can. Terrell is boxing very well at the moment. Terrell has an advantage in reach, 82 to 77, and that's paying off for him at the moment. Chuvalo is 6 feet tall. Terrell is 6 feet 6. Those jabs by Terrell are taking some of the steam out of Chuvalo. George is going to need a second win. Hard left hook by Chuvalo. He makes Terrell hold on. 1 minute left in round 3. Now Terrell is doing a lot of moving for a 15-round bout, and you just cannot tell. There's the bell ending round 3. We go back to the corner as the Canadian heavyweight champion George Chuvalo, who was born in Toronto, Canada, September 12, 1937. Chuvalo is 28. He's 6 feet tall, weighs 209. In the corner with him on the right-hand side is manager Irving Ungerman. Straight ahead is trainer Ted McWhorter, and on the left-hand side, the familiar Whitey Bemstein is cut man, watching him there. Chuvalo's had 44 fights. He's won 33, lost 9, had 2 draws, scored 27 knockouts, and has never been off his feet. Jimmy, how does it look to you now?
Well, Don, Chuvalo's going to have to start moving. He's standing up a little too straight, and he's an easy target for that very hard left jab.
We're coming up to round 4 here in the Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. George Chuvalo in the black trunks, Ernie Terrell in the white. Chuvalo trying to get in there to work the body, and Terrell tying him up. Chuvalo is being frustrated. He just can't get that clean shot at the head that he would like to get in there. The bout is for 15 rounds. We're almost midway in round 4. Those are hard jabs by Terrell. I would say he's scoring in a ratio of about 2 out of 5 of them. 2 in a row there. And he's very adroitly tying up Chuvalo in the clinches. Chuvalo never gets discouraged. That's one thing about him. As long as he can stand, he'll be throwing leather. Seconds left in round 4. Chuvalo brings the crowd up to the rally. There's the bell ending round 4. Jimmy, I'm wondering about the way Terrell is bounding around the ring for a big man weighing 206 pounds, 6 feet 6. That's a lot of motion if it goes for the 15 rounds.
That's true, Don, but he's very quick and evidently he's in top-notch condition. And I think he has no choice. I think his advantage is to move and to stick with that left jab because Chuvalo is so strong, he just can't afford to let him tie him up.
I've never seen Terrell so determined and, as you say, in such fine condition. There is no question about his condition at this moment. You might wonder when it gets up around 10 or 11 if it goes that far.
Well, that's very true because he's been doing a lot of moving. The jab looks beautiful, and he knows that the strategy of Chuvalo is to wear him down and then close in on the final rounds.
Ernie Terrell coming out of his corner in the white trunks, George Chuvalo in the black. Round 5, it is scheduled for 15 rounds for the heavyweight championship. Now some of those jabs are blocked. Chuvalo gets in a couple of jabs. Those are piston-like jabs that are scoring for Terrell. Round 5, half over. There have been no knockdowns as yet. Round 5 almost over. One of the very interested celebrities at the fight tonight, the former welterweight and middleweight champion of the world, Carmen Basilio. Carmen, how do you feel about the bout now?
Well, at the present time, the match is pretty even after this round, Don. George seems to keep forgetting and stands up straight sometimes and leaves himself a pretty open target for that good left jab that Terrell has. When he has Terrell on the move and on the defense, he does very well, but he seems to forget to keep that up continuously.
Terrell is smart enough to keep George from getting a good shot at his chin so far.
He's moving fast, and he's not leaving him too much of a target, right.
I asked Jimmy earlier what he thought the effect of that pounding around the ring would be on him later on.
Well, it's a pretty fast pace of movement for 15 rounds, and going into the late stretch, maybe from the 12th to the 15th, he may tire some.
All right, thank you very much, Carmen Basilio. We'll talk to you later. Here's round 6. Ernie Terrell, the champion in the white trunks. George Chuvalo in black. He's the challenger. Crowd here in Toronto, naturally very partisan in favor of Chuvalo. They're setting up a chant for him. Chuvalo trying to vary the attack now, the body, the head, the body, the head. And finding it difficult to catch up with Terrell. It was very fast. Round 6, half over. Chuvalo grabbed hold of Terrell's glove that time and held on to it. Seconds left in the round as the referee Sammy Luftspring goes over to get them apart. It has not been a dull fight, it's been a good one. Jimmy, I thought that Chuvalo rocked Terrell with one of those punches right near the end of the round.
He landed a couple of real fine punches, Don. A great rally. The people here really enjoyed it. I think it might be a very, very interesting fight from here on. It's been an interesting fight so far, but I think it might get a little more two-sided now.
I thought Terrell looked a little bit concerned at one point in that round when he was nabbed with a pretty good punch. Maybe it was my imagination.
I don't think it was, Don. I think I saw the same thing you saw, and I think the people here saw it too.
Incidentally, Ernie Terrell is a very improved fighter, and the winner of tonight's bout is scheduled to fight the winner of the Cassius Clay Floyd Patterson bout, which takes place at Las Vegas, Nevada, 3 weeks from tonight, November 22nd. Here's Ernie Terrell in the white trunks, George Chuvalo in black. Round 7. A good fight in Toronto. Terrell has been smart enough to stay off the ropes. Terrell is pouring those jabs in there now. There have been no knockdowns. We're almost midway in round 7. Chuvalo may have a slight cut on the hairline on the right side of his forehead. One minute to go in this round. Chuvalo seems to be hesitating with his right hand. There's the bell ending round 7. Jimmy, the last championship fight among heavyweights that I saw fought at such a fast pace as this was the bout in 1955 between Rocky Marciano and Archie Moore. Now, that only went about 8 rounds, and this has gone 7 rounds so far, and the pace of that was a little bit faster, but this is certainly a torrid pace for heavyweights.
That's true. The only exception in that fight, Don, both of those men could really knock a man out with a punch.
They were bombers.
Terrell, I don't think, is going to try to knock Chuvalo out. I think he's going to try to build the points up with that left jab, and it seems he doesn't really need a right hand out there.
He uses it just to keep Chuvalo honest, I think.
That's right.
I remarked that I thought Chuvalo was hesitating with his right hand. Did you get that impression?
Yes, I did. I think that jab is sneaking in there. It's bothering him, and to get in and mix it up, but he just can't get in proper balance.
Here's round 8, Jim. Ernie Terrell, the champion in the white trunks. From Chicago, George Chuvalo, the challenger, the black trunks from Toronto. It's a 15-round bout, scheduled for 15. the referee, and Terrell bombs him. Terrell holding. Chuvalo is complaining about the holding, apparently. Referees apparently telling them to be gentlemen. The manly art of self-defense. About a minute remaining in this round. Terrell is doing the holding. Round 8, over. They have called the referee over to Chuvalo's corner, and Irving Ungerman, his manager, is complaining very vociferously over there. Now the referee, Sammy Leftspring, has gone to the other corner to talk to Ernie Terrell, apparently about the holding, and Sam Solomon is arguing with the referee. Here's the advisor.
The complaint is that both have been doing a little butting and scuffing, which is not too good in this situation.
Well, it's not what they call Marquis of Queensberry, Jimmy.
That's right. I think Chuvalo's a little angry right now. This guy has a lot of heart because he's been getting that jab in his face, but he's coming on.
Here's round 9. Ernie Terrell, the white trunks, and George Chuvalo in black. It is scheduled for 15. It looks as though Chuvalo has a cut on his back. I don't know how he'd get it.
Yes, I noticed that myself. It's a long red stripe.
Must have happened in the infighting. We've learned that Terrell was warned for thumbing. That was the original complaint by Chuvalo in the middle of last round. And Chuvalo was warned for butting. Round 9, half over. Referee Sammy Leftspring getting them apart. Pace slows down a little bit here. It has been torrid. About 15 seconds remaining in the round. There's the bell ending round 9. We go over to the corner of George Chuvalo. Maybe we can go in close there and see how he looks. Whitey Bimstein working on him. Ted McWhorter talking to him. And there's a close-up shot of George Chuvalo. He looks none the worse for wear. Breathing a little hard, but that's to be expected after 9 fast rounds of action here in the Maple Leaf Gardens. I would say that Chuvalo's main difficulty has been the use of his right hand. He hasn't been able to use it too much, Jimmy.
That's very true, Don. It's very hard for him to get close enough to Terrell to use it. And Terrell has been hitting and moving, but I've noticed that left jab of Terrell doesn't seem to be quite as effective right now.
Well, here's Ernie getting ready for round 10. It's a 15-round bout here in the Maple Leaf Gardens. There's the bell. Terrell in the white trunks, Chuvalo in black. I would think that Chuvalo was told to get out and work a little harder. He moved out faster. And Chuvalo is pressing the action a little bit more now. Maybe Jimmy feels that he can take that jab, he can just walk in on his man.
Well, I think he feels he's getting in the late rounds now, and he feels he's stronger. So now I think he's going to try to move in. I feel that's the only thing he can do right now, Don. Really.
Right. Terrell has piled up a lot of points with that jab. There's no question about that. Scoring on the 5-point must system here in Toronto. There have been no knockdowns in the fight. Round 10, half over. Almost been a left-handed duel, the left jab of Terrell and the left hook of Chuvalo. .30 seconds left in the round. Scored hard to the body, but his head punch didn't quite get in. There's the bell ending round 10. We take a look at the corner of Ernie Terrell. Ernie Glickman, his manager, has gotten back in. They're alternating handlers there. They have 4 of them, and only 3 of them allowed in at a time. I want to repeat that the scoring here in Toronto is the 5-point must system. 5 points to the winner of a round, 5 or less, or rather correction, 4 or less to the loser, and in an even round they each get 5 points. There have been no knockdowns in the contest. It has been very, very fast. The edge, I would think, at this point is to Terrell because of his fine left jab that has kept Chuvalo at bay and has sort of neutralized Chuvalo's left hook. Round 11 coming up in the Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Final word from Ted McWater as Chuvalo goes out there. And the black trunks, Ernie, Terrell, and White. Round 11. The last third of the fight if it goes the limit. The holding in the bout has been done by Terrell. Is beginning to clap in unison. You probably can hear them. About 45 seconds remaining in round 11 of a 15-round bout. Round 11 almost over. There's the bell ending round 11, one of the tame rounds of the fight. Tom and Basilio, how does it look now?
Well, the action is getting a little bit faster. Chuvalo's landing with his heavier punches now. And I just talked to the managers of each fighter, and they both seem to think that their boys are winning by a 7-4 margin at the end of 11 rounds. Now, of course, there's a little bit of favoritism on the part of each manager.
Well, at least they can add.
Yeah, they can add, right. But it's a pretty even fight right up to this point in my scoring. Chuvalo's been coming on the last 2 rounds, and he's landing with heavier punches, and this may tell in the next 4 rounds.
Well, you have it kind of even. I figure one of the boys, I'm not going to say which one has a fairly good edge.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid to go out on a limb.
You take your choice, huh, Carmen?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, we're round 12 now, Tom, and thank you. We'll talk to you later. Ernie Terrell in the white trunks, George Chuvalo in black. Referee Sammy Luftspring. It is going to be interesting. People who sit at different angles see a fight differently. Some will credit Terrell for scoring with his left jabs. Others will penalize in their minds Terrell for holding and maybe running. Sammy Lovespring, former Canadian welterweight champion, is the referee. They both used the heads in there. Chuvalo had the headlock that time. Points are scored for aggressiveness. And Chuvalo is the aggressor. A big right hand by Terrell that time. One minute to go in round 12. Chuvalo's cornered, dancing up and down, exhorting him to go in on Terrell. They figure maybe Terrell is tired, but Chuvalo may be tired too. Round 12 almost over. There's the bell ending round 12. Jimmy Brown, I'm wondering if Chuvalo isn't tiring. He looked a little bit tired there as though his reactions weren't so good.
Good point, Don. I think both of the fighters right now are very tired. I know that Chuvalo's corner is telling him to move in because Terrell was tired, but actually I don't think he could move in too well because he's quite winded himself. It's been a very torrid pace.
And of course, I don't think either of these boys have gone this far before. I know Chuvalo went 11 rounds. Terrell went 15 rounds with Eddie Machen, but that was a very tame affair, and which he didn't get very tired. But this has been solid all the way.
This has been a very good fight. It's been a very fast pace, and I think both fighters right now are going to be fighting on death.
Which is so important in sports, isn't it, Jim?
Oh, yeah, it's very important, Don.
There's the corner of Ernie Terrell, the champion. Round 13 of a 15-round bout. Repeat again that Ernie Terrell is 6 feet 6 and has a reach advantage of 5 inches over Chuvalo, who is 6 feet tall. Terrell weighs 206, Chuvalo 209. Terrell from Chicago and Chuvalo from Toronto. 12, half over. Correction on the round. It's round 13. I wish we could take a shot of Irving Ungerman. I'll describe the action as we pick him up because it's a caution just to watch him. He's the manager of George Chuvalo. There's Irving Ungerman as they're out in the center of the ring with Terrell moving away. Terrell holding a little more than usual in this round, round 13. And scoring with a good salvo on Chuvalo. There's the corner as the bell rings, and Ungerman is, well, he's having fits over there. It's hard to tell how they're going to score it, Jim. Different officials have different ways of figuring things out. You never know. We've got 2 rounds left. There have been no knockdowns.
That's very true, Don. As you say, it's very hard to tell. The crowd, of course, very partisan.
Well, naturally, they're here in Toronto.
Oh, yeah. But right now, I think that, in my estimation, Terrell is probably ahead on points. If Chuvalo makes a good rally, it could be very, very close.
Meanwhile, this is the corner of George Chuvalo, the close-up shot. The man on the right is Irving Ungerman, and he's yelling at the referee. I don't know what he's yelling, but something about Terrell, naturally. We're coming up to round 14 of a 15-round bout. Terrell starts every round fresh as a daisy. Chuvalo plods after him, hoping to get in a lick. These jabs are being parried. Terrell has been doing the holding. I say that in fairness to Chuvalo. Bad night for referees, Jimmy. Oh.
You're right. That was close.
I'll say this for Terrell, Jimmy. He's been smart enough to stay off those ropes.
Very, very true. I think that he has to stay off them because this kid is really strong.
There's a cut above one of the eyes of Chuvalo. When he turns around, we'll get a better look at it. It's above the left eye of Chuvalo. Not bad at the moment. Punch! Punch! 1 minute to go in round 14. Terrell finally got caught on the ropes, and he paid for it. There's a cut now beside the left eye of Ernie Terrell. Terrell draping himself on Chuvalo. There's the bell ending round 14. Jimmy, it could be a little closer now.
Good round for Chuvalo. He opened up a cut over the left eye of Terrell. He's moving in, and Terrell seems to be trying to really stay away. He's tying him up quite a bit. He's really holding him this round.
You know, with the point system, as opposed to the round system of scoring, an official could give a big round of an advantage of 2 points, which would mean that the other fellow would have to win 2 rounds to even that up.
Very true.
Could be a factor in the scoring, Jimmy.
Very, very true. I think Terrell should come out in this round and have a big round because it could be close now.
Now you can hear the crowd trying to root Terrell, Chuvalo home.
His corner is quite interesting to watch. They go through a lot of acrobatics over there.
Do indeed. Round 15.
The 15th and final round.
Ernie Terrell, the champion in the white trunks. George Chuvalo, the challenger in black. Terrell built up an early lead. Chuvalo has been coming on. The place is really a bedlam now. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the fight. Half over. Come on! That brought up the crowd. Is tired himself. That's why he can't get in there. They're both arm weary. Half a minute. For the World Boxing Association Heavyweight Championship has gone the limit. It was an exciting contest, a fastly paced contest. with Terrell piling up points with his jab, and Chuvalo coming roaring down the stretch in the last 3 or 4 rounds to make it close.
This is the official decision. Referee Billy Burke votes Terrell 69, Chuvalo 64. Judge Fred Norbert votes Terrell 73, George Chuvalo 65.
Terrell is the winner.
Sandy Lusring votes Terrell 72, Chuvalo 65. A unanimous decision, the winner is still heavyweight champion of the world, Ernie Terrell.
Ernie Terrell retains his heavyweight title by a decision, a unanimous decision over George Chuvalo here in the Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. There's a very happy Ernie Terrell, whose left jab carried the night for him. No question about that. He won the decision on the cards of the referee Sammy Lustring and the judges Billy Burke and Fred Norbert. I want to thank Carmen Basilio, former middleweight and welterweight champion, for his comments on the contest, and of course Jimmy Brown, the great fullback of the Cleveland Browns, who got out of his element and did such a wonderful job as a fight commentator tonight. Jimmy?
Enjoyed it very much, Don.
It was nice working with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jimmy, and let's do it again sometime. This is Don Dunphy at ringside. I've enjoyed being with you. It was a fine fight all the way. The winner, Ernie Terrell. Good night, everyone.